Alright guys, we have an announcement to make. Josh World announced this on their Twitter page, but
Yeah.
everything in the Joshua multiverse, apart from Chapter 3, but the rest of Joshua multiverse is cancelled.
Ish. Well, you wouldn't necessarily call it cancelled. So, Chapter 2, though we're not going in it, but Chapter 2 has a glitch or a bug, as you will. Somebody kind of hacked Josh World.
Well, here's the thing, right?
They bugged.
There's this guy. I'm not going to mention it, but there's this guy who I'm
He's called the
currently
Grinch,
been beefing with for a few months now.
He's called the Grinch.
He
He
put a corruption in the Chapter 2 map.
Yeah. So Josh World got hacked, and then they had to cancel Chapter 2. So Fortnite OG, they're back to being Fortnite OG again, Josh. If you haven't heard, it's Fortnite OG again, because if you come here, Fortnite OG or OG Fortnite Remake, because it's back, they've renamed themselves Fortnite OG. So Fortnite OG obviously run the remakes of Josh World, Chapter 1, 2, and hopefully 3 if we get that far into the remakes. So Josh World stated that if you guys want to go back to Chapter 2, you're gonna have to wait a few more. Well, they didn't say how long you have to wait, but there will be a time in the upcoming 3 months. It's around that time. It could be like a few weeks, up to a month or 2 months from now, but we will be going back to Chapter 2 through the remake. As we know, the remake isn't very accurate because it's obviously like going through its own storyline. But they did say that they're gonna try and make. Well, they did say that most of the Chapter 2 POIs that were in the original Josh World will be in this, but then obviously it goes to its own path. So Josh World will now focus all of their time and effort into Chapter 3. Isn't that right, Josh?
Yeah.
They're focusing everything into Chapter 3 itself. So anything about Chapter 3 that you see, or if you have any questions about Chapter 3, ask Josh World and they'll answer them, because now they're back to basically being Josh World again.
Yeah, like just a normal battle royale.
Well, not that, but like being Josh World as in, there's no more other battle royale maps, because we know a lot of the Josh World battle royale maps like Chapter 5 and Underground, they rarely got. Underground was the worst of them. That got no updates like at all. All right. Neither did Chapter 3. Chapter 3, well, barely got updates, ish. And then Chapter 3 was a wasted chapter back in the day when we just left Chapter 3 for like Chapter 2. Kind of weird. So obviously we know that was a wasted chapter. So a lot of the things that Joshua has done in the past few months has been kind of pathetic in their part. And even they stated that it was kind of a bad decision to do that to Chapter 3 and then do all the decisions. They tried to become something that they couldn't be, which me and Josh knew from the start that they can't live up to what Fortnite.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this right now. It's actually a good thing. No. I'm actually gonna say this right now to the person, if you're watching this. You actually did a good thing, like focusing it, because mainly we can just focus on one battle royale map now. Well, Josh World can at least.
Yeah, because like Josh World, they did try to bring up Chapter 2, and everybody loved the fact that they did that. But there was still those few hundred people that were still complaining about how Josh World aren't working on a single chapter. They've always got to have a second chapter in the picture. There's always got to be a spark of like a chapter. There's always got to be a favorite chapter. Exactly. And in that case, it was Chapter 2, because Chapter 2 got the better Star Wars update, while Chapter 3 had the OG one, the smallest Star Wars. Oh no, actually, but they got the OG Star Wars update. You get what I'm trying to say? They had the OG Star Wars update. So, you know what I mean? So like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So, everybody was saying how Chapter 3 was kind of left into the dark because Chapter 2 was the favorite because it had the biggest Star Wars update and had more storyline quests. But now that guy kind of, you know, pulled Chapter 2 out of the picture, I think me and Josh are happy to say that Chapter 3 is back in its prime. we knew that when it came out back in October, during the Chapter 2 finale, we knew that Chapter 3 was at its peak. The map was better than Chapter 2. I mean, the map was still one, like, prefab. And
I mean, when they brought it back after Chapter 4 Part 1, we knew it was planned for.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not talking about that version of Chapter. That version of Chapter... I'm not, like, the original Chapter... Ever since Chapter 3 came back, the Joshua storyline has been falling apart. Like, they've tried to be something that they're not, you know what I mean? They've tried to be Fortnite, they've tried to live up, they've tried to do something, and it was new for them. They tried to do something and it didn't work, so they were like, you know what, let's cancel every Battle Royale. There are a few people out there who don't hate Josh World, but don't like the decisions they've made to the other Josh Worlds. They could have, but like, all those people like arguing that all the time and efforts that were put into those Joshua chapters have not been wasted. And in my opinion, I don't think they've been wasted, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Josh World Underground's map was wasted. Now, Chapter 4, however, is the only Josh World chapter left that is still standing. But they are going to continue the storyline until Chapter 3 ends. It's probably going to be a very long time. So, unless Fortnite OG decide to do something with that, don't expect anything from Chapter 3.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, I thought it was a good idea to like address the situation with Josh World and all that stuff. But yes,
yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys understand now about what's been going on and what Josh World has planned for the future. But yeah, see you guys next video.